Good morning, happy Friday guys. Welcome back to the channel. It's Jimmy Trades here. Thanks for joining me this morning or this evening, wherever you might be from. Thanks for tuning in. Please sub to the channel if you haven't already. We are really close to 700 subs guys, so if you can share the channel around and get some interest out there, that would be amazing. I'd really appreciate your support. Would love to get to 700 subs. It's possible today. We're only, I think, 8 away. So if we can get 8 more subs, that'd be amazing. It'd be a great way to go into the weekend with 700 subs. So please feel free to, share on your social media or wherever you might share, and see if we can't get to that 700 target today. We'll have a look today at the charts, of course. And we're going to have a look back at the CL trade I took yesterday. If you caught the video that I recorded of that, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Did you guys catch a trade yesterday? Did you catch the same CL trade? It actually gave up 2 opportunities. There was a reversal unicorn and a continuation unicorn in very close succession. So we will go and have a look at that. And then we'll head over to the calendar now and see what's going on today. And if you're into crypto at all, XRP had a nice pump today with the news that Gary Gensler is going to step down as the SEC head, which is good news for crypto. Okay, let's have a look. Friday, we have Flash manufacturing of Flash services at 9:45 a.m. Okay, so after open, 15 minutes after open, we have news. So if you want to wait till after the news to take a position, that's probably a pretty good idea. Again, it depends on how much experience you have and what your model allows. All right, let's move over to the charts. And it's a great time to remind guys to use code Jimmy for your eval purchases for My Funded Futures and for Apex. Now, while I think of it, My Funded Futures have now discontinued the 25K milestone plan. That was effective immediately yesterday, so you cannot purchase that anymore. You still can grab the larger plans with a 10% discount till the end of the month. Okay. All right, let's jump into the charts here. Having a look at NQ. Let's clear this up. So we did have a bearish bias going into yesterday. There was quite a move lower. Also, really what looks to be some indecision here. We've got quite large wicks to the downside and then reasonable wicks to the high side as well. It's hard for me to be bullish here though, in the sense that we're inside this bearish FEG and each of the daily candles here, so the Wednesday and the Thursday, they both closed back inside the range of Tuesday's candle. So at the moment, Tuesday is put in the low of the week, and then we've got Thursday with the high of the week. So from a weekly profile perspective, you're looking at a classic Tuesday low of the week, which should see Friday run bearish. Okay, so I'm going to say bearish today. And again, price has still respected the mean threshold of the FEG here. And you can see even today, we reached up to that level and have moved away. So bearish today for NQ. Let's drop down to the hourly. So going back in time a little bit, we were looking at this bullish change in the state of delivery, which has continued to support price at the moment, but we haven't seen any really large expansion. And you can see as soon as we've run higher, we've sold back off. So we struggled to get through this breaker here, this bearish FEG. We finally did that. We swept these highs and then moved lower and then back into a range. So I'll be looking to see if price engages either side of the range here, being the Thursday low and the Thursday high. We're still inside. We're currently in inside candle on the Thursday range. So we're getting a bit of a sell-off here right now. It's a 4 o'clock candle, 4 a.m. candle. So we're in the London zone at the moment, London kill zone. Right, so I'm a little bit neutral at the moment while we respect the change in state of delivery here. And we also, do we have another change in the state of delivery? No. But we could be getting that here. Okay, if this continues to sell off here, we could see this level being the change in the state of delivery. But it's not really the cleanest of price action here on the hourly. ES will tell much the same story, no doubt. So ES reached up into this bearish FEG. So bearish bias, essentially internal to external. That's what we're looking for. Move into the hourly. Again, price respected this change in the state of delivery here. It did disrespect this bearish one. And if we look at the standard deviations, we were targeting this area here. So we'll leave those on the chart. We'll see if price does reach up into this area today, or if we do sell off for the classic Tuesday low of the week profile. Again, if we look for a change in the state of delivery, excuse me, that would be through here. If we see another candle closure with a displacement through here, then that would see us with a bearish change in the state of delivery. Let's head over to oil. Let's clear that chart. So we have Monday put the low in. We've got this bearish FEG here. So price disrespected this FEG. You can see that we closed through. We've now swept previous day high and we've tested this bearish FEG here, and it looks like we are going to respect that at the moment. Again, we're still a little ways off New York Open. So these charts will be revisited prior to New York Open. But looking for bearish price action, and we do have like this beautiful low resistance liquidity through here. Would be a really nice draw. Let's have a look at the 15-minute. Okay, so price has already swept the Asia low and the Asia high, and we're still in between. Obviously, we're still setting the range for London. Let's clear the chart. Okay, so let's have a look at this trade that I took yesterday. So we had this 7 a.m. candle closed back inside the range. We were inside or potentially displacing through that bearish FVG, but until we get a closure through, we haven't disrespected it or mitigated it just yet. So I was looking to see what price might do here, and we got a closure inside of the previous candle here. So immediately I'm thinking, okay, we might look for short for lower prices. So I dropped down to the 5-minute here, and let's just go into replay mode. And what was resulting at that time was this lovely bearish unicorn. Here's our stop hunt. We have a breaker, which is the 3 consecutive candles here before the leg that took liquidity, and we have an FVG aligned. So from there I ran my standard deviations, and I also looked at what we had in the way of previous price action, and this looked to be like very nice low resistance liquidity. And I think these lows here from memory were, yeah, this was the London low here. Okay, so we had the London low. So that's what I was looking for. I was looking for price to reach lower here. Okay. Now, I targeted initially 2R, but then I was watching the trade and I thought, well, you know what? This looks like an A+ setup to me. And I like to see price reach into the -2 to 2.5. That's my target region. So the idea for me was to take price down to here and then get out of the trade. Well, an hour and a half later, after sitting through price action, so I think I got in possibly on, it was on one of these candles here. And from memory, I think I had a 17 tick stop. So 2R puts me here. And price moved down, nearly stops me out at some point. Right there. It came within, and this is a perfect example. It came within 2 ticks. Okay, this is a perfect example, and I'll link the video to the trade. I'll link it to this recording so that you can see how when you don't play with your stop, when you don't play with your TP, then you're going to likely be more profitable, okay? Because it would be quite easy here when price put in this high to, oh, I'll move my stop down to here, okay? Well, you would have got stopped out, all right? I left my stop, oh, and look, I don't think I even had a stop at this point. Maybe I did, I can't remember. I usually place them later if I market order in. But you can see that price nearly came to stopping me out. But I held the trade, and then we get 2R. Now, here's where being an independent thinker comes in. I could have taken off at 2R. That was my initial idea. But then I was looking to target this area with all the confluence of this low resistance liquidity. So I held the trade. What happens? We go all the way back to entry before eventually at this point, I said, no, I'm getting out. Okay, we're mucking around a bit. I like to see the trades run. I don't want to be in the trade for as long as I was in the trade in the first place. And it hasn't reached my target yet. So I decided to get out. And then price, I think eventually it nearly reached that negative 2R. So it's very close. Sorry, negative 2 standard deviation. So that was the trade there. The idea as to why I took that trade, which was also, you know, my entry was prior to the oil open, which is 9. But I had confluence, I had conviction, and I had confidence in what I was doing to take the trade when I did. Okay, so that was the CL trade, and you can see price in fact did reach to our target area, but you know, you would have had to sit through a number of hours. So that's 8. You know, if we went to here, 12, so 4 hours sitting in a trade, no thanks. That's not for me. Plus I'm sleeping by then anyway. But it's great to see that price did in fact, even after another retest of our entry, did in fact reach our target area. And what happened? It reversed. So this is just a beautiful example. Beautiful example. Absolutely love seeing this. Love seeing that we have these targets, and you can see the concept right at work here. So great to see. In fact, you get a sweep here, and you get a bullish unicorn. You know, and if you ran that out, what happens? We reached our target here as well. You know, this would have been a great trade if it had have retested. And, you know, we get consolidation right at our target region. What happens? Price continues all the way to the negative 4 standard deviation. So cool. So good to see. All right, that's enough about CL. Let's go over to Euro on the daily, Euro futures. Boom. There's our target hit. And in fact, we went lower again to the next swing low. So we've got our bias right here yesterday, and then today has seen quite a sell-off. Now we're at a swing low. Looks like we're getting a buyer's wick here. So we'll move to a bullish bias. Okay, we've swept that low. We have a small imbalance here that we could target. All right, so bullish for Euro futures. YM, here we go. We got the move higher. Really nice move yesterday. Now, I actually like what's happening here. We're moving lower, testing this inversion. Okay. So what would be nice to see here is if we do something like that. All right. So bullish for YM, RTY. We were bullish yesterday. Price had already pushed up into this FEG from memory. we were bearish rather, looking at being inside the bearish FEG. Now, looks like we've got a closure above the midpoint. So we could see price invalidate this bearish FEG. We are still sitting in that bearish FEG, and we have quite a large imbalance here. So potentially we might see something like this. We will revisit that bias at open. Oh, here we go, gold. We've got the bias right here as well. Yesterday, even though we're inside this bearish FEG, we're just using the trend. The trend is your friend. We have displacement here, and we're just expanding. So as we continue to expand here, let's look to see if price reaches this level today, and then we get a reversal. So something like this. Okay, so that would form our weekly candle. So our weekly candle is open low. This is the Monday candle. So we've got our open. This is the low. So it's only a little wick there. And then high, close. You know, do we get something like this for the weekly candle? So let's remain bullish, and we can revisit gold if we get up into this bearish FEG and see how price reacts. Dixie target met. Pretty good day with bias yesterday. What's next? Here we go. So we swept this high as well. Okay. We have a bearish FEG up here. Oops. However, we are getting a fairly strong reaction to this high. So I will be looking, let's get rid of these two. We don't need them anymore. We have a tiny imbalance here, very tiny imbalance. So from a bearish point of interest, so we'll have the idea of moving lower today. Okay, last but not least, let's have a look at GBP. So we had a bearish bias yesterday. We hit our target and we've continued to move lower. Looks like we swept this low. Let's mark out this one here. So we're going to sweep at this low. And we have an imbalance right through here. So we could look for price to run up higher today from external to internal. Again, we're trying to keep our concept pretty simple. At a swing low, we have a bullish point of interest. And then we want to look for price to move to internal. So this is external liquidity, internal liquidity. All right, guys, let's wrap it up there. Let's go into the weekend strong. I'm 2-0 for the week, so 2 wins for the week. Let me know in the comments how your week has been. Are you profitable? If you're profitable, are you going to try and trade today, or are you going to protect your profits? If you've taken some losses this week, what lessons have you learned? Let us know in the comments below so we can help each other grow. on this trading journey. And it really is a journey, guys. Don't rush the process. We just take it day by day. We learn our lessons. We take our profit and we move on. All right, guys, have a fantastic Friday. Remember to sub to the channel. Let's try and get the channel to 700 subs today. I really appreciate your support, guys. Have a great Friday. Have a great weekend. Enjoy the time with family and friends. Reset and come back stronger next week. All right, guys, take care. Bye for now.